We are live. Let's
18, 17. We have a countdown.
rock music here, a little rock music. You can do a lot of things with this.
Yes, evidently. I didn't know it was going to do that when I hit that button, but yeah.
All right, we got the rock and roll music here. Do the intro.
It's good to see everybody. Hey, welcome to Real Estate Roleplay Wednesday with Uncle Claude Diamond, the great legend, the godfather of lease purchase, and the inventor of the guts sales system. And me, your co-host.
Hello, everybody. Good music.
That sounds like a real podcast almost.
Yeah. Oh yeah, almost like a real podcast.
Winnie the Pooh has just joined.
Yeah, you got a little poo on your
There's
shirt
Winnie
there.
The Pooh.
Yes.
Here we are.
Hey, that's cute.
Hey,
Thank
good,
you.
good.
Claude bought it for me.
Yes.
Well,
so
that's good.
What do we want to talk about? My name's Claude Diamond. This is this is the lovely over here, Justin Shamness. We like to talk about anything you guys want to talk about concerning real estate, marketing, sales. What's the best topping for a pizza? Anything that's important. We want to discuss in this free form. We want to be a little bit different than I think a lot of the other. There's a lot of real estate broadcasts on YouTube.
Tons. Yeah. And a lot of small ones too. You know, so I feel really grateful for the people that watch you and I here together. We have a good number of people that follow us, and I wanted to say thank you because valid point. There are a ton of real estate things to listen to and participate in, and man, some of them don't have very many followers.
Absolutely. Oh, we have and if you have a question, you can put it in the comments. David Skolnick just raised his hand. That means he has to go to the bathroom again.
It's that. It's that.
Always at this hour.
It's that way.
How come you guys aren't in the back of your limousine or on your jet?
I'm going to be on my jet in 2 weeks. It's called Southwest Airlines.
I loaned mine out.
I thought all you gurus are in Armani suits and rolling in the back of a Rolls.
No, I have a lot of good, nice suits. I don't wear them anymore. I don't have to. It's all about freedom. The beautiful thing about this, let's talk about freedom for 1 minute, Justin. The freedom of this business. To be able, I love working from home. I don't want to be in my limo. I don't want to, I'm a homebody. I love working from home. I just have to decide which home I want to use. And the thing about it is I can talk to nice people. I can use the technology. I can make a good living. I can pay my bills. I can take a vacation without asking permission. How many people here have, worked for a company? You wanted to take a vacation. Oh, we can't. John Definitely. And Martha have those weeks. You've got to go to Florida in July,
Definitely. I was one of those guys.
I love that freedom.
That's what I crave. I crave the freedom more than the money. But they say time is money. Money is time. Yeah. Actually, if you can make money, if you learn how to make money, you can buy that time. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're trading time for dollars. But
you don't have to punch a time card. You don't have to take orders from somebody else. Maybe your wife. I do. Yeah. You don't have to go to those long, boring meetings. You don't have to commute. You don't have to put on the suit and tie that David just mentioned. Yeah, you can roll in life the way you want to roll. You can go the way you want to go. I'm so grateful to be able to make a living from home in real estate. I was listening to a podcast this morning. My financial advisor, who's in real estate, Ali Baglagami, he's a Denver guy. He's helped us make a lot of money financially. But I found out today he was being interviewed on a podcast that he's in real estate. He's been investing in real estate since his early 20s. That's when I started.
Yeah.
In my 20s. In fact, on Monday, I don't know if you saw it, Justin, I talked about my first deal. I talked about my parents' first deal. They got a house, their first house, for $5,000 on a display in Macy's in New York City. And then the company went out and built the house in New Jersey. My first deal was a bank foreclosure, a condo development. The bank took back this whole development and sold these condos for $25,000, which I bought two of them, and I sold them for $180 each.
Nice.
Yeah.
Score.
And that gave me money to go to California and go to law school. And then I did more and more deals in California. And I did all that whole thing on showing some of my favorite. What was your first property, Justin?
My first one was a lease option.
Really?
Yeah. I was scared to death.
What's a lease option?
Well, I barely knew what a lease option was at the time. But really, just a creative solution. I was studying the old Ron LeGrand Ugly House course, and
Ron LeGrand.
He's got one. Yeah, Grandpa Ron, and
great grandpa Ron. How old is Ron LeGrand here right now?
I know. I couldn't tell you. He's still out there swinging though, doing stuff. But anyway, I had the Ugly House course, and man, I was having a real hard time finding ugly houses. And so I was like, hey, what's this pretty house stuff? And so I got a pretty house lease options, and it wasn't even about wholesaling. It was all sandwiches. So my very first was a lease option sandwich where I offered the homeowner. Actually, I signed up for this. This was like 2004, I'm guessing, somewhere in this region. I signed up for it was real brand new. It was like a lead generation website where you get you subscribe for a monthly fee, and you get leads that trickle in or something on motivated sellers. I didn't know what it was. I was going to try it. This was early on in that whole thing. So I signed up. I got a lead. I called it, and I just asked the guy, hey, would you consider leasing it to me for 24 to 36 months and then selling at your full asking price? And the guy said, yeah, we would do that. Can you come look at the property now? And I was like, what? I totally was blown away that it worked. So I'm real thankful that I had it easy, because some people talk about struggling for a really, really long time before they get that first deal. And it was like literally for me, like the first lead ever.
And all you did was ask.
That was all I knew to do. I didn't know anything else. Yeah.
Do you think sometimes we get too bogged down? I'm a KISS method guy. Keep it simple. Do you think we make this business too complicated?
Yeah.
You got to get your CRM, you got to get your VA, you got to get this and that. You got to get all this stuff, when essentially the best deals you can do is just by talking to somebody.
Right. Yeah, maybe it's not beginner's luck as much as it is the beginner just goes out there and he's just dangerous enough to just do it, to ask the question, or put himself out there. Yeah. And everybody else is overthinking it and putting it off.
I can tell you right now, if you and I had a phone marathon and we just went into Craigslist, into Zillow, we got a list of properties that the listing expired, and we got sales system. We called up and we didn't sound like our competition. We went on there. Ring, 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 ring. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah. How can I help you? You called me.
Right. You called me, so I'm not sure who.
You're right, sir.
What's this about?
My name is Claude Diamond. I have your number in front of me here. It's this isn't about real estate, is it?
I have a house that I'm selling right now.
Oh, and it's probably in escrow. It's sold, or it's in escrow already, right?
No, not yet.
Would you like to sell it today?
Well, sure.
Can I ask you 2-3 really quick questions? I just need a little bit more information, and I'll make you an offer. And if you can say yes, great. If no, then I'll leave you alone. Fair?
That sounds fine.
Boom. That's my
What a great opener, guys. That was the Godfather right there of lease purchase, being the smoothest as silk, right?
Let's do a few more of those.
What an agenda. That was awesome.
Yeah. An agenda is just the rule book. You're getting permission from them, first of all. You're telling them it's okay to fire you or say no. Okay. I've never met a salesperson who ever told, listen, you don't have to buy anything. I'm here to help you solve your problem. If we can do business, wonderful. If not, I don't want you to feel any pressure. Is that all right with you, Mr. Chalmers?
Yes.
Okay. Boom. That I'd love to meet. I think the only person who can really sell me is my wife. She's got my number. She's got me dialed in. Nobody knows how to sell me, and I'm the easiest guy in the world to sell. I am so easy. You know,
are you going to tell us the secret? What's her secret?
she you know,
I'm taking a wild guess at it. I think I know.
The other night, I said, "Hey, honey, we always talk in the morning over coffee about dinner because I eat one meal a day, and dinner is really important to me."
Yeah.
And I'll say, "What do you think we want for dinner tonight?" She said, "Tacos." Sold. I love tacos. With the crunch, do you like the soft? Important question. Do you like the soft shell? You know, the flour tortilla, or do you like the crunchy corn guy?
I like a little mixture. I like them both, you know. And if I can have them both ways, I'll get like 2 and 2.
Didn't Taco Bell once have it was a crunchy taco but a burrito inside or something?
Yeah, it was like a double-decker kind of thing. Yeah. That was pretty good too. I tried it. It was nice.
David Skolnick would know the answer to that. What it was called? Not a chimichanga or something, but it was something. It was something.
I think it was literally the double-decker taco. I think is what it really.
Yeah, but my wife had me a taco. That's all she had. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Right?
Yeah. I made an offer, a ridiculous offer on my new lease. On my car I got. I literally asked for half the payments on a same or similar car that I had previously.
Yeah.
And they came back and they said yes, because I was trading in another car that had equity, my old lease. But the thing is, it can't hurt to I cut my payments literally from $1,100 a month to $500, less than half.
Yeah.
$500 a month, 0 down, very expensive car. And all I did was ask, and they said yes.
Yeah. You want to hear a funny story about that, Claude?
Sure.
You know, I believe in the power of asking, right? Ask and it'll be given to you, right?
Yeah.
So one time I went through the drive-through at KFC, and it was kind of later in the night, and I pulled up to the ordering station, and the guy came on and said, "Hey, welcome to KFC. Can I take your order?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't know, man. What do you got? You got anything good that, you know, what do you think? What do you got?" And he said, "Yeah, pull on through. I got something." I pulled on through, right? So I pulled up to the window. He hands me like a bucket of chicken and the fixings. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, cool. What do I owe you?" He was like, "Nah, it's on the house. Go for it." I was like, man, is that not like the power of just asking? I guess I didn't even know I was asking, but I did.
I tell this story. Claudia does Secret Santa for a nonprofit that we work with, and she's online with all these kid clothes and everything that she's buying. And a guy behind her says, "What are you buying? So much stuff." She said, "I'm doing Secret Santa for the Lions Club." And he said, "I'm going to pay for it." And it was $300 plus. Total stranger in line coming out of nowhere. I love that story. It's such a great Christmas story. I told it 100 times. It's talking to people, asking. Abdul Kaba, I think I said his name. "You make real estate so easy. I'm struggling." Real estate can be easy if you know how to give good phone. If you got to have your strategies. Okay, is it a cash deal, a lease purchase deal that Justin talked about? Is it a subject to? Is it an owner finance? Are you just arbitraging, wholesaling? What do you do? So you got to have your strategies. Number 2, you got to market. You got to have people to talk to. You got to have prospects. Number 3, you've got to know how to speak to people. You've got to hypnotize and do a little voodoo. You've got to speak to people differently than your competition. Don't all salespeople, all telemarketers, they all sound the same. The robocalls are easy. Click. We
Yeah.
just hang up on it. But when they call us up, hi, how was your day today? You know, oh, don't you know right away what's going on?
Yeah, like what's the deal? I feel like they get trained in their product, but they don't get trained in the sales. And I'm like, hey, you know, that is actually your skill set that you should have here for this particular.
It's the $1 million sale.
Yeah.
I've sales skill. I've studied great salespeople all my life, and I always wondered how come. Or I've worked in companies where one or two people they sell more than everybody else. They get the awards every day. They get the free trips. And the rest of us how do they do that? What are they doing differently? And I've always studied that. Why?
Yeah.
How can some people make unlimited amounts of money and other people struggle? I think the one answer, you got to have a system. Okay,
Yeah.
a system's better than winging it. I think
Right.
you have to have a lot of confidence. And how do you have confidence? Okay. I mean, you and I talk about making phone calls, okay, to people. I mean, you could pick a number out of a phone book right now. Give me that number. I'll call that person. If I get them live on the phone, maybe I'll be lucky and I'll engage them in a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the worst they can say? No, leave me alone.
Right.
Click.
Right.
Okay,
They
big
can't
deal.
eat you. Right. Yeah.
Confidence, I think, do you have the courage to speak to people and then do some crazy Claude Justin stuff? You know, hey, ring.
Hello.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Who is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Claude. How come that home of yours? How come it didn't? You have the home, sir. Your name?
Justin.
Justin. You have the home on Orange Avenue, right?
Yep.
How come that beautiful home in this unbelievably hot market did not sell? You don't have a rat problem or something, do you?
No, nothing like that. It just didn't, you know.
Would you like to sell it today, sir?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Why are you selling it anyway? You're living in it, right?
Yes, I'm still living in it. Yes.
5 years, 10 years, 20 years?
5 years.
Stay another 5. Do you really? Why do you even want to sell You've only been in it 5 years. Why do you want to sell a home?
My family situation's changed, and I kind of need to move to Indiana. And,
Indiana's beautiful in February. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But you don't want to sell it now, right? You wouldn't accept an offer today, would you?
Yeah, I mean, if I could get an offer that I could work with, I would definitely be interested in selling today.
Boom. And now you go into your agenda. Can I ask you a few questions? It's okay to fire me. Is that all right with you? And if we can I'll make you an offer. If you like it, great. If not, I'll leave you alone. I'll even send you a gift.
Right. What's the gift?
Do you like coffee, sir? Would you like a book on sales or real estate? Would you like a new mind map? Tell me would you like a Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Palace gift card?
Do you have any Caribbean vacation packages?
You can. When they give those things away, they're really funny. They never have an open date.
Well, there's all kinds of fees on top of it too, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's free, but it's not free.
But what did we just demonstrate in that role play? What happened? That was my opener, right?
Yeah. It's techniques to put the pressure on the prospect to kind of carry the load of the conversation. And you're in control because you're asking the questions, even from the very beginning.
It's so much easier when you make them do all the work. When you ask the questions, when you do these interrupts, these shock and awe moments. Sir, sir, how can I help you? You called me. Sir, why am I calling you? Sir, can you, I have an idea, sir. I have a solution, sir. What are you talking about, sir? You want to sell that house? I have an idea here.
Yeah.
Boom. Anything that sounds different, that makes you sound familiar. Who do I know? Do I know this person? When did they call? Anything that gets you into an adult to adult dialogue rather than that tradition. Hi, how are you today? Just reaching out. I'm calling to talk to you about wholesaling real estate, lease purchasing, subject to the Ron LeGrand retirement hay wagon ride.
Right.
I want to talk,
That's 10 grand.
Yeah. Pharaoh, King of the Earth, said, "Peace and love, peace and love." Ringo Starr used to always say that. The thing about it is, speaking to people, making offers every day. Do you put the math, the algorithms, the forces of the universe, the force? Okay. Oh God, what did I just watch? What did I just watch on Disney?
I can't remember.
The millennial, the guy at the suit of armor and everything, who's got the little Yoda with him. Oh God, what is that called again? Somebody help me. The Mandalorian or whatever it's called. That's great stuff. They even brought back Luke Skywalker on the latest episode and everything.
Wow.
I just talk to people.
Yeah.
And I ask, can we, and then even if it's, and I try to get a certain amount of qualification. Next step. Why are you selling it? Because I got to know their motivation.
Mm-hmm.
If they have no motivation,
you're out.
You're out. It's over.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do a deal and they have no money, you're trying to sell a contract or do it, and they have no money, bye-bye.
You're out.
Or you switch to financing. Sometimes that works.
Yeah.
Do they want to do it now? Is it timely? I'm a today guy. Do you want to do a deal today? Can I make you an offer today? Suppose you got this today.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Are they the authority figure? Are they the person who can make the decision? And can they keep that commitment?
Right.
And then I go to the close step. Sir, you told me you have to move to Indiana by April the 1st. And you need a certain amount of money. You're willing to do a lease purchase or subject to today. If I send you a contract today, is there anyone else you have to speak to?
This right here is the actual, everybody, this is the actual step-by-step guts system. That's what he just outlaid right there. Yeah. Incredibly.
Three little steps, little staircase.
Yeah.
Open up with a pattern, interrupt, get into a conversation, ask, set up the agenda, the rule book, the roadmap, I like to call it, qualify them, needs, money, timeliness, authority to make a commitment, character, and then you go to the close step. Sir, I've made a decision. I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to make you an offer today. Can we talk? If you like my offer, can you get back to me before 4? Can we speak today at 4:30?
Yeah. Well, we can. 5:30.
5:30 is good. Can we meet on Zoom or do you have an iPhone, FaceTime?
We can do Zoom.
Oh, sounds great. And it's okay to say no to me. And
I hope so.
Yeah. And I'd like to make it boom.
Okay.
See, if I do this often enough.
Yeah.
Somebody sooner or later is going to say yes to me.
Exactly. I want to add in there too, I'm guilty of this where I love sales topics, sales podcasts, sales books, sales trainers, gurus, coaches. I love them all, most of them, a lot of them. And the problem is when you're learning how to do something and you take a little bit of what Claude says, and then you take a little bit of what somebody else says and a little bit about what somebody else says, and you come up with this potpourri of something that doesn't work. You know what I mean? And so I just want to throw out there, there's nothing wrong with, when I got started in sales in general, it wasn't real estate, but when I got started, I had a sales trainer. They called him the Bull. All right. You can guess why they called him the Bull, but he was mean. I mean, he was tough, right? It was like a drill sergeant, really. So, but anyway, he told me, he said, listen, for the first 90 days, I don't want you to listen to nobody else. I just want you to do what I tell you. And if you'll do that, I guarantee you'll never be unemployed another day in your life. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to take this guy's word for it. And for the first 90 days, I'm just going to say what he says for as long as he says to say it in the way that he says to say it, and see if this does not pan out like he says. It was the best 90 days of hard work of my life. And I made a buttload of money. So I think I just want to encourage people. There's nothing wrong with taking 90 days or 6 months or whatever it is and just learning the gut sales system. Okay. And not letting it be polluted with a bunch of other things, because it doesn't need to have anything added to it. It is awesome the way that it exists now. So I don't know if that applies to anybody out there, but just some advice from my experience. It really pays off to just sink yourself into this guts system, what he just laid out there, and just do it until you become a master of it.
Become a master salesperson. I think we've lost that skill set.
I do too.
Being able to spontaneously speak to people without using a boilerplate script or anything. Can we? And that's why I always say practice all the time. Rehearse spontaneity. Can you rehearse it? I practice it all the time in training. When I go out shopping and stuff, I always challenge myself. Can I speak to Can I speak to strangers and engage them or make them laugh or something like that?
Right.
All the time. And whatever business you're in, are you speaking to enough prospects? Because if you're sitting around,
yeah. I'm one of those kind of people, though. When I go to the store, people approach me for some reason and want to start talking.
You have that kind of face, right?
Is that? I don't know. It's odd.
Aren't you, sir? Didn't I see you on a milk carton?
No, it's not like that. It's just like, just friendly, like, hey, this can't believe this chicken cost this week. And it was only 99 cents cheaper last week, or, like what? I mean, I'm just like, why are we engaging? I don't know, but we are.
I love that engagement, though. I was at Costco a couple of weeks ago, and they have all these steaks, like 4 or 5 T-bone steaks in a package. It was like $118. They were big, beautiful, and there was a guy and his wife looking at it, and they were looking at the same steaks I was, and I said, these steaks cost more than my first car, and they started laughing.
For real?
And boom, we started. What's going on? Why is the meat so expensive all of a sudden?
Right.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that I think that makes life enjoyable, and it's great if you're in for business.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, it does. It is. I'm honored, really, that people want to interact with me. But it's sometimes I just wonder, am I just goofy looking, or like I'm harmless, or like
I think the goofy looking. I think you got you got a great face. Yeah, you got a great face. But we have to in real estate or any business, got to talk to people, got to have your strategies, and you got to run it like a business. I think that a lot of people do stop and go.
Yeah.
They work on something and then
I think so too.
And then I'll do it later. That procrastinate. How do you stay motivated?
Well, I don't struggle with that. and I don't know why, but I used to struggle with being motivated enough to stay busy and all that. But I guess when you find something that works, it's like more motivating. Like when I was as a salesperson or a real estate investor, either one, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm not making money, I'm like not going to be motivated very long. If it's complicated to get to the money, like, oh my God, this is complicated to get to the money, and I gotta wait, and I gotta do this and this and this. All right, well, I gotta have it more simple, or I get unmotivated. So, but if I'm making money, I'm motivated, right? So, right?
What's more fun than making money?
Sex.
That's number 2 or number 1. I always get them confused.
Well, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Which one is
Happy belated Valentine's Day, by the way. As long as we're talking about stuff like does anybody we have a bunch of people here. Anybody have a question or like to hop in with a role play?
Yeah, that'd be great. Come on in.
I see Ben, I see Dave, Jessica, Steve Zobro. Would you like to pop in here?
Just bring them all up in here.
Just bring them in. No choice.
I'll pop in.
He'll pop in.
I like to pop in once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, we went.
There's Ben. There's Jessica. All our regulars are here. Look at that.
John, you didn't have your
Jessica,
camera on.
have a good Valentine's Day.
Great day.
You're muted. We can't hear you. Got that little thing across the microphone there. You have to undo yourself.
I was unloading the dishwasher, so I didn't want to make noise. Yeah, birthday, Valentine's Day, Vegas weekend. So,
woo.
Yeah, gonna be fun.
Absolutely. Anybody have a question? And thank you, Dave Skolnick.
Happy belated birthday, Jess.
Thank you.
Yes. Dave Skolnick knew it was the Taco Bell's Gordito Taco.
Gordito Taco. It kind of rings a bell.
Yeah.
Taco Bell rings a
bell. And John Crook is in the building. How you doing, John? How you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thank you. Just dealing with stuff.
You didn't play first base for the Padres at one time, did you?
You mean the Philadelphia?
Well, he started with the Padres and then went to Philly.
Okay. Yeah. No. I used to get his card all the time when I was a kid, though.
Who are we talking about? What athlete?
John Kruk, the baseball player.
Huh.
Yeah, and then he became an announcer.
That's interesting. I'm not much of a sports guy though, so I don't really. Sorry, guys, I'm lost.
I went skiing during the Super Bowl. I was outside skiing. It was a sunny blue sky day. I said, "Gee, I'm gonna go out there and hit some bumps," and that's what I did. That was good. Then I came home and collapsed on the futon. Skiing is exhausting. Great exercise though. Super exercise.
I tried that once. I almost died.
You tried it just once.
I almost died. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would run into a tree.
What area of real estate? If you had to pick a place to do real estate right now, where do you think? Where would be your favorite place to go to? If you could pick any place in the world to start doing real estate deals, where do you think is the land of opportunity?
What kind of deals are we talking about, Claude?
The ones that make me money in 30 days or less.
Okay, so assignment deals, I'm assuming?
I'll say assignment, consultation, wholesale, arbitrage, lease per. I don't care. Where's the land of opportunity right now?
The Ukraine.
We could get good deal. You might
good
be able
deals
to
in Ukraine.
Right? I haven't seen the news. Has nothing happened, right?
A lot of vacant houses.
If you lived in the Ukraine and you knew what was going on and you had the money and the resources, would you like leave?
Yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I have a question for the group when you finish.
Okay. I just want to. What do you think? I would think Florida, Arizona,
so
a
nice.
Wall Street Journal article about Florida and Arizona, what's going on there right now is
Right.
very exciting to me. I think there's a lot of tired landlords in California right now. I forgot who told me. Was it you, David, or Bill Tan told me they extended the moratorium on evictions until 2023.
That's
Is that
crazy.
is that is not that is interfering
crazy.
with the natural forces
Wow.
of entrepreneurship, of capitalism. You're
Right.
taking people who worked hard, bought a property, fixed it up, wanted to provide housing. And what does the government do? I'm not going to get political, don't worry. But what's the government do? Say, you can't evict that person. And we're going on 2 years on this stuff now. And they just extended it another year,
That's
another
crazy.
10 months.
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is so. What is that going to do to investments and people wanting to build rental properties in a place where you can't evict somebody?
Put them off doing it.
It's going to put them off. Or
Move.
I changed my, when I first started, I got any property I could find, mobile homes, 1 bedrooms, little lofts, anything cheap I could find, I could afford. And you always, you dealt with people who had economic problems sometimes, but you could work it out, or you could evict them. But today I only do good homes in good neighborhoods with people who I have checked, who I've vetted. So I know I'm not going to have I don't want to have somebody in a property in a state where I can't evict them.
I have a friend in Surprise, Arizona, and he bought the house brand new when they built the track, and now it went up $250,000.
Beats working for a living, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of people from actually California leaving California, coming to Arizona. Say, forget this stuff. I'm coming to Arizona. And because I mean, if you own properties and you can't get people out, man, it's like your money's just sitting there. It's like, what do you do?
You're gonna. How about somebody who everything they earned, husband and wife, bought a property, fixed it up, wanted to rent it for a future retirement or help their kids in school or something like that, and now they got someone living in that house for free.
Right.
I think you're inviting violence, possibly. Are there violent situations and real negative situations occurring when people are living in a house for free or not paying the rent?
Yeah, especially with that COVID stuff. I mean, I had a situation last year where I bought a property, it was a tax lien, and there was a squatter in there. And I had to try to get them out. I mean, I had to go through eviction. And then she kept going, oh, I've got COVID. Oh, I got COVID. And that thing went on for like about 2 or 3 months. Eventually, we got her out so I could sell the property. But it's the same thing. I mean, just if you can't control it, it's hard to make any money on it. So
yeah. So you want to be in a state that's friendly to the landlord, I would think.
Totally.
Texas, Arizona, Florida, Louisiana, certain where the landlord has some rights at least.
Definitely.
In the process. How long do you think?
What is it? I know, Justin, you do lease options. I go after tax liens. Jessica, what do you go after? What do you go after? What do you specialize in?
I do single and multifamily real estate investing has been my niche.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
and so I'm usually the one buying, and sometimes I'm selling too in a 1031 exchange. And that was my question for the group. I don't know if any of you others do a 1031 exchanges ever. Does anyone do a 1031 exchange apart from me in the group? I know Claude does.
I've done them. What's your question?
So Claude and I had a meeting yesterday. We were discussing this. Can you, one of my questions is, can you combine 2 properties into one 1031 exchange to buy a much, bigger, better, or whatever the goal is in your investment? Can you sell 2 properties at the same time and combine it into one exchange?
And what was the advice? I remember that question. And what was my answer to you?
Talk to my accountant.
Yeah.
But I just want to put it out there. I'm gonna call my exchange accommodator after this show is over, and I'll have the answer for you guys on Monday. But I was just interested in because the exchange accommodator, they know better than anyone else. So,
The tax
but I just
attorney.
wondered if anyone had any idea about it, because I don't know that. I don't know the answer yet.
It's a specialty question. Laws change all the time. You have federal laws, which is where that comes from, and you also have state laws that apply. And
Yeah.
laws are not written in stone; they change all the time. Sometimes by court, stare decisis, court-led law, where sometimes court decisions change legislative decisions. And vice versa. So the laws change all the time. And a lot of times, especially on some of these guru talk shows you listen to, they're not up to date on the law, or they're giving a generic answer. And we have 50 states.
Mhm.
Okay. And it doesn't always apply the same way.
Yeah.
So I tell people, when you're doing something like an exchange, you want an accommodator or a tax attorney who specializes in that area. Don't take chances. Don't take chances.
Yeah. I was just curious if anyone had done anything like that before.
I haven't. Oh, thank
So I'll
you.
let you guys know what happens on Monday. How it goes.
Absolutely. Best if you got started all over again. What would you do? What would be the first thing you'd do, Justin? If you had to start right today, you're starting in your real estate career.
I think I honestly would just do what I'm doing right now. Because it's just pretty simple, man. I've kind of boiled it down to real simple things. It's all about having conversations with homeowners that you feel are somewhat motivated, and then determining if they are or not. That's it. So I don't know that, like I was thinking about this earlier. It doesn't matter if we were talking about somebody that's doing land, like flipping land, for example, like wholesaling land, or ugly houses or pretty houses, or subject to, or no matter what it is, it doesn't matter. The process, the machine is the same. It's just different data going in the front end and a different deal type at the back end. But the rest of the machine works the same. It's find motivated homeowners, have conversations, make offers, and then there you go. That's about it, right? That's the same no matter what strategy you're in or what you're trying to do. And at least that's what it appears like to me.
How do you find motivated people in a hot marketplace? I mean, properties go on the market, they're gone really fast, they're turning over. The inventory is very, very low. So how do you find it? So do you find deals, or do you have to create them?
Create them.
Well, I feel like you create them too. Like Steve is saying, great deals aren't found, they're made. All right. But I also feel like you're looking for the right ingredients for the recipe at the same time. So yeah, I'm here to create a deal, but there needs to be certain ingredients. And the most major ingredient is a motivated or flexible seller or homeowner, right? Willing to either take a discounted price, or maybe terms, or a lease purchase, or lease option, or whatever your strategy. The tool you apply to it is secondary to your conversation with the homeowner.
Can you create the motivation though in somebody who maybe had no intent on selling a home or on buying what should come first? Let me change my question. Should you get your buyers in order, your investors and buyers first, or should you get the properties first? Chicken or the egg question.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of a both ways guy. See, I knew
that about you.
Yeah. Well, that's not what I meant. Good.
I forgot.
Good Lord.
I forgot who said it. If you only go one way, you're missing half the fun.
Good Lord, honey, it's not what it looks like. Well, no, I feel like it's really helpful to have a relationship with other buyers, investors, landlords in your market area that you desire to do deals in. It's really helpful but it's not mandatory. I feel like you can get a great deal from a seller and then you can advertise it. You can find a buyer, but you should, if you're going to be in a business, you're starting a business. If you want to do a one-off deal, that's great. But if you want to have a business, I think you need to develop some relationships with local players, because real estate is a local game and you want to be a local business and a local entity right there doing things with these other parties. So I hate it when I hear other people say, well, this big coach or whatever said, they never even worry about buyers list. You find the deal, the buyers will come. Yeah, but did he tell you when they come to slow down, smell the roses with them, get to know what they buy, get to know what their wives and kids' names are, get to know what their objectives are? They don't tell that part, but that's all part of it, right?
It's relational selling. What I was thinking of, though, is when I approach someone who has a house for sale, and I can say to them, I just spoke with John and Mary. I have Steve Zobro, the investor, right now looking for a house like yours. How would you like to do a deal today? I have a pre-qualified tenant buyer couple right now. I have John and Mary. They're in the military. They have $25,000 to put down. They want to rent your house for 18 months before they qualify for the VA. Would you like to do a deal today on your vacant house, your empty house, your rental? Because I have John and Mary right now. Or I have Steve over here. Steve is looking for a property. How would you like to cash out of your house before the end of February with a pre-qualified investor? I'd like to put that together today with you. Is that something you'd be interested in, Mr. Chamness, or should I leave you alone? I think off the role play, I think when you have your ducks in a row, your buyers, your tenant buyers, and you have people ahead of time, I think that's a great way to enter into a conversation with somebody. What are your thoughts?
Well, my thought was just if you can have that's great, Claude, excellent. But if you have like a line of credit, that's helped me out having my own line so I can buy stuff. See, I want to basically buy it, control it. Plus, I use my real estate license to basically put on the MLS to sell it. I think Kerry Kennedy does that quite a bit too.
Yeah.
You know, where he finds people. So once you can develop where you got your own line of credit, where you can write out a check for 50, 60, 70, 100,000, whatever, now you control it. Now I can buy it in my LLC. And now I can do so much more when I own it, as far as selling it, holding on to it, whatever. So I think if I was just starting out, I would help people just start getting into maybe developing a line of credit. Get your credit set up, get your ducks in order, you know, and then if you can get a real estate license, that helps out too. That helps out immensely.
I always think I talk to a lot of couples, husband and wife couples, partners, things like that. And if one of them has a real estate license and the other one is the investor,
right?
I think that's peanut butter
combination.
And jelly. I think that's beer and pretzels. You know that. Yeah. I think that's a good, strong way to run a business.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Because that way I don't even contact someone. I can basically put that in escrow, close it, get them on the phone and say, I can pay you this much more, you know, whatever I do with the gut system, but now I control it. I know what I'm going to pay, how I'm going to pay it, etc. Because that's the funds from my line of credit.
Sure.
So it's a little bit more stronger way to close quicker. And that's what I've used quite a bit, is to close them quicker. I want to make sure, do I got the money? Yes, I do. Boom. Then I know what I can pay for it, how I can pay for it, and when I can pay for it.
And that's what Kerry Kennedy does. He approaches them with a cash offer right away.
Right.
Okay. I do price or terms. Sir, I can give you Mr. Zobro, would you like cash on the property? But I'm an investor. I can't give you full market. I would need a wholesale transaction. We would need at least an 18% discount, but I could close in the next 2 weeks, all cash, pre-qualified. If you want closer to your full price, then let's discuss some terms.
Could we do what about seller financing? Can you do seller financing?
Yeah. How about if we sell it? When you say seller finance, sir, does that mean your property's free and clear? I'll give you full price. I'll give you 6% interest on the property, principal only payments for 36 months. Can we do a deal today?
Let's talk. Yeah.
I'll give you your price. I'll give you interest. I'll limit it to 3 years with a balloon on a contract. Now, can I sell that piece of paper on a nice home in a good neighborhood? Can I sell that full price piece of paper? And this is why I think this technique, a lot of people think I have to always get a discount or everything else. If I get reasonable terms, and maybe I negotiate a good payment instead, I'll give you the full price or even over market price, but you have to give me better terms. You'll hold the mortgage. You'll in a $1,500 a month neighborhood, and you're making $800 a month payments, mortgage payments. Can I have your house for $1,000? Can I market that? Can I sell that to somebody else? I have something I created that's of value that I could sell to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always like those two words, price of terms. Which one would you like, sir? Or if I'm a realtor, how about, can you get the listing? Can make a lot of, some realtors are killing it I was talking with a realtor in Los Angeles the other day. This woman is making 3 to 6% on $3, $4, $5 million homes. That's not chump change.
Yeah.
There are some multi-millionaire realtor and brokers out there right now. How long do you think? And what do you think? Is this going to keep going? Is this market going to keep, with interest rates and inflation and everything? Do you think we're still going to see a continual increase in the real estate market? I do.
I do too. But I want to say, you asked a question a while back about, are there any motivated sellers anymore with this hot market and so on and so forth? And I know you were asking kind of facetiously, but
ooh, $10 word.
I couldn't spell it for you. But I think I heard it on an episode of Friends one time. So, but anyway, yeah, there's actually, and my experience is even in this hot market on, like, I work Zillow a lot. So the for sale by owners on Zillow. Yeah. And there's a lot of, I know most people don't realize this, but like 10 to 20% of the houses on Zillow for sale by owners are ugly. So they're like beat up junkers. You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of times Zillow, pretty houses, full retail value, unmotivated, but that's just not the case. And there are pretty house owners on there that are also very motivated.
I love Zillow. I go on Zillow almost every day.
Yeah.
Because I talk to people all over the U.S. and different properties and things like that, and I go right in there. Jessica and I were talking the other day about properties in Lake Tahoe. And what's that other city outside of Lake Tahoe? I forgot the name of it.
Reno?
Not Reno, not Truckee. Carson City.
Carson City, yeah.
Carson City. We were looking out there, and Zillow had lots and properties and a lot cheaper than Tahoe. And it's a great way to just immediately learn about an area. I also use Google Maps, by the way. Someone calls me up on a property. I go to another screen while I'm talking to them, and I type in on Google Maps the street address, and they say, and while I'm talking to them, hey, does your property still have that Chevy Corvair on the 4 milk cartons on the front lawn? How did you know that? I'm looking at Google Maps right now. It's great to look at properties, check your comps while you're conversing with somebody. Does anyone else do that when you're on?
Sure.
Yeah, I use PropStream for that though a lot. It's helpful.
I got a real estate called Monsoon, so I'm able to type in assessor's map and I can see what's going on in the whole area. I know if you want to buy something. But I really like, Cloud, what you talked about. Create the need. Ask those questions. Create the need. Find the need. Exasperate those needs. Have that in your questions with the people and also in your marketing. I think the key is finding a niche. Everybody's going after Zillow. Everybody's going, you got to find something in your marketplace nobody else is doing. find those little areas no one's doing and then work on those. And if you do that, I keep talking guys about tax liens, man. Property tax liens are huge.
Yeah.
If you can figure it out in your county how to go through those, how to figure them out, you can do very, very well. Seriously, you don't have to worry about everything else. And you can buy stuff. I'm controlling a $350,000 property for probably $10,000 right now. So because it's a property tax lien that's delinquent, so I got to foreclose on it. But there's a step that you have to go through, but it's well worth it. So property tax liens, man, go after those, man. Whatever county you're in, and learn the system. Learn how to work it through that system in that county. That's the key. Once you learn it, you start doing it. Send out letters, calling people. Like I got a bunch of people I got to call today behind. I'll be on the phone and start calling people, talking to them. So it's a system, but you got to do it every day. You got to have fun with it, and just enjoy it. So
I like that. I like that because again, like what he's saying is it's with this particular technique, strategy, method. He's got it broken down to a simple thing that he does. A simple thing he does, right? And those activities bring about these results, right?
I'm focused on those. I stick with that. I stick with the phone calls, with the contacting people, with doing my research, and you're focused on that. You just focused on one thing, and you do it really well.
Yeah.
You've got to pick your specialty.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you love wholesaling? Do you love lease purchasing? Do you like tax sales?
Right.
Probates, everything.
Landlording.
Oh my
Slumlording.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Do you think it is good to specialize in certain areas, which I do primarily investing in 1031 exchange, or do you think it is good to maybe I should start doing some tax liens and things like that?
I think it's up to the individual. It's subjective. I like to have a lot of tools on my belt. I'll go to somebody. I can do a cash offer, but I need a discount. I need is that your best price? I'll negotiate the best price I can. Okay. And there's, you can, depending on the motivation of the person, for cash and a quick close, you can get a deal with instant equity. Sometimes you can get sweat equity. You get a property where it needs new carpeting or a little drywall or painting and some simple things to bring up that equity really fast. In other cases, you want to leverage a deal. Okay, controlling a property by getting the right terms on the property. There's so many strategies. I'm comfortable with a couple different strategies. Well, okay, you don't want to do a lease purchase. You own the property free and clear. Would you like to make 6% on your equity on your property for the next 60 months? Would you like me to take over subject to your existing mortgage? I'll take over your payments for 36 months on the property. We will do a sale at the end of 36 months or sooner. We'll put a new mortgage on it. That's leverage. Can I control a nice property with a little bit of money or with a technique or strategy? Justin, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, absolutely. That's kind of what got me all interested in it in the first place, was because I didn't have any money at all, and it was like control a property. And then the phrase was the rich don't own anything. They control everything. And I'm like, ooh, I was like, oh, that's deep. I got to meditate this on the tree of woe. And then when I did, I was like, I got to get me some of this real estate with no money down. That kind of got me going in it. And
Robert Allen, remember that book, Nothing Down?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah.
Can you do nothing down deals today? You have to find that motivated person, someone who's in a certain situation.
Have you read his latest book?
Nothing Left?
Nothing Left.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. Is it good, y'all?
That's the big joke at all the real estate clubs.
Oh. Okay.
The thing about it, it's a great business, but it's a sales-centric business. It is a true business. It is not get rich quick. It is get wealthy slowly. You've got to have your strategies.
What's the difference between
have
rich
a marketing
and wealthy,
plan.
Claude?
What's that?
What's the difference between rich and wealthy? You just said it's not a get rich quick, but it is
It's
a get
not.
wealthy.
Wealthy.
What's the difference between rich and wealthy? Can you tell me?
Wealthy is when you go to bed and you don't have to think about paying the electric bill.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. Anybody
nice.
here ever worry about money or have money on your mind or argue with a spouse or a significant other about money? You know, number one cause of divorce other than marriage is money. Okay. You know, it overwhelms us. It takes over our lives. We think about it day and night. Is there ever enough? And so when you get to that wonderful, peaceful place where you don't have to think about money all the time.
Yeah, but you never get too comfortable.
You know,
Never get too comfortable because it's forever changing. We always have to adapt to survive.
Yeah. Did you read the Wall Street Journal on Monday? Elon, I posted it in our Skype group. Elon Musk gave away what, $12 billion. He gave away he donated stock, Tesla stock.
Wow.
Okay. Here's a guy who's got to give away billions. He's going to lose it anyway in taxes.
Yeah.
So he'll give it away.
Yeah.
I mean, is he that's rich.
Yeah.
What a problem.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, real estate friends, we've been going for a little over an hour.
Right.
We ought to kick off for the day. We gotta go eat. We gotta go work. We gotta go play. We gotta work out. What do we gotta do? We gotta do a bunch of stuff, right? So thanks for being here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely make phone calls. Definitely.
Justin, if they want to, people want to find out more about Justin, they can go to shutupmoney.com. They can go to claudediamond.com. Call me. I answer my own phone. I have free stuff on my webpage. Justin, I'll give you the last word and we'll say goodbye.
Last word. Goodbye. See y'all later. See you next week.
Take care, everybody.
Guys. Stay safe out there. All right.
You guys.
It's always fun hanging out with you.
That was clever, Justin.